Welcome back, everyone. Podcast number 22.
22.
Yeah.
Double twos.
Double twos.
There's deuce.
Oh yeah, snake eyes.
Snake eyes? No, that's one.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is 1 and 1.
Yeah.
I just learned the Italian word for 2 today. Is due? Due? Yeah, very similar to Spanish, I noticed. Like the 1 to 10 in Italian. Hopefully I can remember this because I was just learning it today. Uno, due, tre, I think it's tre. Quattro, cinque, sei, sette, otto, nove, dieci.
So much similar to Spanish.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
similar.
so
But
similar.
dieci. I love dieci way more than days, whatever it is in
Dieci.
10.
Yes.
Dieci.
Yeah.
Dieci. It's so fucking interesting.
I'll touch my dieci.
I do. Actually, I do. We can say it like that.
Wait, what number is that again?
That's 10.
That's 10? Okay.
Yeah.
So how's your guys' fucking week?
It's been great. Been great for me, especially today. Today was
Especially
good.
today?
Yeah, because today is the first day that I officially decided I'm going to learn Italian. Because I don't even think I've told you guys this yet. But me and Jess are trying to move to Italy for a year.
Really?
After we sell the house, depending on how much money we get. Yeah, I'm super stoked about it. Super stoked. And I keep getting like little hints from the universe now that's like, nigga, you need to go. Like, I had this, we had an appraiser over the other day to, check the value of the house and everything. And he's doing his whole thing, and then at the end we start talking about what he thinks about the house, And I'm trying to get this dude's opinion because we're trying to sell the house. I'm like, what should we work on? What would be worth putting money into? What will get us a lot of money back, And somehow we got on the topic of Italy, and this dude's been to Italy, and like he just like goes off on it like for 20 minutes. Like sometimes we're like, people just like start talking and talking and talking, and you're like wondering like, is this guy like thinking it's weird that he's doing all the talking and I'm doing all the listening?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that thing, but like he's like in that flow state. Like he was telling me information that I like genuinely wanted to know.
Yeah, that's. I love when people just like. I feel like some people just like know what you need to hear.
Yeah.
Like this guy that I used to work with. He would just bring up shit that I was just like already like kind of interested in, and I was just like this nigga could just read people so well. But I don't work with him anymore because I actually got a new job recently. Just I started the day before yesterday. And I'm doing HVAC work now, and I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Gonna learn some more shit. Some more opportunities, make some money.
Moving up, expanding.
Yeah, expanding my knowledge in the whole construction field. It's gonna be interesting though.
Yeah. What else looks interesting?
Your mom.
Just kidding. Well, I'll agree with you there, but that bottle of alcohol that you're holding there, and those couple of shot glasses you're holding as well.
I just had to do it, dude. I always gotta do it. You're doing good.
I wonder if it's gonna get old ever. You're like, one time you'll say it and you'll be like, no, that's it. That's the last time I'm saying that.
I'll be on like my deathbed. No, somebody will say something. It'll just be like the best your mom joke, and I'll just have to be like, all right, I retire now, and then I'll die. God shots.
Little shots of God right now.
The most holiest.
The holiest of God shots.
Filtered by spirit.
Okay, so how are we gonna do this? We got one chaser, and I see 3 pussies. So we're all gonna need some.
We're gonna have to take turns.
Alright.
It's gonna here. Let's make it like a wave though. Let's make it flow nicely.
Okay. Alright. One after.
Yeah, let's make it flow nicely.
If you're listeners at home or wherever you are, if you have some alcohol available, go ahead and pause the podcast now and pour yourself a
As long
shot.
as you're old enough.
As long as they're old.
As long, You decide. I'm not gonna put any restrictions on it. You
can
decide.
let me do it.
Hey, just try to be old enough.
Try. Give it a try.
If you're smoke a bowl about it, who knows?
Alright, cheers.
I'm not telling you to do nothing.
I am telling you though to take a shot. So trying to get on our level, resonate with our frequency, trying to harmonize with our. Oh, I wish I knew more words, dude. Like, I've been listening to those podcasts you keep showing me. Yeah,
you just gotta go deep with us.
These niggas know how to like whip out these words and like.
Just vocabulary. Yeah. We need to get more. I don't know, dude. I know I need to read some more fucking books. But I don't know. That's on my list of things to do.
I used to read a lot of books, but then I stopped for some reason.
Life catch up with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like reading, there's so much to get from it. It's pretty fucking boring sometimes, though. I'll give it that. But yeah, good thing to practice, I guess. Just another form of communication.
Yeah.
I think communicating in as many ways as possible and being good at all of those different types of communication is very beneficial.
Yeah.
For yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know. Like back to me learning Italian, like it's so, I don't know, I feel like it's exercising this part of my brain right now that I haven't like
used in a while.
Yeah, I haven't like used it, and it's like it's hard, it's challenging.
That would make sense why it's easier to like learn languages when you're younger than when you're older.
I actually heard that in today, because I'm doing this whole thing about learning languages. I listened to a podcast addressing that, and that's actually a myth.
Really?
That's actually a myth, yeah. I mean, the younger person's brain is obviously more susceptible to the information and everything, but something about being an adult, how we've already been through the learning process and we already have a language to work with, that it's actually, once we put our effort into it, it's actually easier for adults to learn a language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
I could
And
see it.
something that's crazy is my nephew, my nephew, he knows Spanish, like a little bit of English and Spanish. Well, he's like 3, so he's learning both languages because his grandma is super Mexican and his dad's half Mexican, So he's learning both languages, but I think he just sees them both as just kind of one language,
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think he really like compartmentalizes it really. I think he knows like he speaks more Spanish somewhere, but like I think he just sees it as one language. That's why he can learn it easier.
Yeah, and in that way I could definitely see it being like less resistance as a child, because like you're not so set in anything yet. You're not set into anything.
Exactly. That's why I think it'd be a lot simpler for a child. And because like I don't know, I always wonder like when you like I don't know, like when I was learning Spanish in like middle school and stuff like that, I like knew a little bit of Spanish, but I know the translations to English. Like I don't feel like I know like Spanish like a Spanish speaker would know Spanish.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I know the words translated to English.
Yeah, and it's a whole different thing, like that, and then trying to like communicate with someone in that language.
Yeah.
All the little ins and outs.
I bet eventually it would just come. Eventually, you tie all the reference points together and stuff, but like it'd take a while, I'm sure.
Yeah. And it's gonna
but
be
living in a
interesting,
place
like,
that spoke that language, that would be perfect. You would learn that shit so fast. Watching TV that spoke that language, like all that, you would learn so fast. Just the culture,
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so like Mormons, before they go on their missions, like the first 3 months of their mission or whatever, or they go to the MTC, Missionary Training Center, where like if they're going to a country that speaks a different language, they just like, or with other people that are going there too, and just for like 3 months they like only like speak that language, or like and like get them really caught up really fast. And then they. Yeah.
That's crazy that you can actually do that in 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, get to the point where you can go to another country and not only like speak the language, but you're also teaching them about God too, which is like, you feel like, at least I feel like you would need quite a like intricate way of being able to communicate to get certain ideas across.
Yeah, definitely. That's an interesting thing they got going there.
Yeah. One thing I'm excited to see how my brain kind of interprets is like when I start to figure out like the structure of this new language. You know, how does it compare to the structure of the language I know now? Like, like where you put the ands and the ors, and there's like feminine and masculine in Italian. Like,
and I feel like all those kind of languages, like all the more Latin languages, you know, even though I don't know, Italian's European, but they kind of go backwards compared to English, you know.
Oh yeah, like you put the noun before the verb type of thing. Yeah.
So that's another interesting thing. So fucking English is kind of a back-asswards language, dude. Like it's kind of a fucking weird. I've heard it's one of the weirdest languages to learn.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously depending on what language you come from. Yeah. But for me, the hardest language I've ever come across is Mandarin Chinese, and that's because it's what's called a tonal language.
So it's like musical.
Yeah, it depends on if you go up or if you go down or if you stay the same or if you do a wave. There's 4 different tones you can do. You can say something like what, ew, or depending on how you say it. And a lot of their words are one syllable. You know, so it's like chop.
I bet that rap would sound so cool.
I know. You'd think it would. You'd think it would like. It would like fuck with the like, especially when you're getting into singing, because singing is like a lot of it's all pitch, and if you're trying to, like, if your language is determined by the pitch, then you'd think some words would kind of get mixed up if you were trying to sing it, you know. Because like you want to go up in pitch because it matches the song, but what if that doesn't match the word? And then it's a totally new word because you're trying to go up in pitch with that word.
Oh, no.
I've always wondered that about Chinese music. How they...
Oh, it's so weird. That's interesting. I have to look it up one of these days. Mandarin rap.
Mandarin rap.
Mandarin gangster rap.
Mandarin
you gotta go
thugs.
for the gangster rap.
The Mandarin thugs. Remember those? Have you ever had those Mandarin oranges, dude?
I love Mandarin oranges. Little baby oranges.
Yeah. So bum. I'm so fucking baked.
Is this? I believe this might be the first podcast that I'm not stoned. Unless I already said that before, then it's the second one. But yeah, I don't know. For me lately, I'm not so sure about it. You know, it's like there's
just been going through that again.
I feel like I'm always going through that. Always
just going through that.
Like some.
That loop
there's
of
been some
just
times.
Weed, not weed.
Yeah, weed. Whether I should do it or not, because like sometimes I smoke weed and I can like see for a fact that the weed made the experience like better. It made it what I wanted it to be. Yeah. But then there's some times that I feel like it like ruins the experience for me because I'm too stoned. Too stoned to be fully involved. Yeah. And even a little stoned, like there's always this. I don't know if smoking weed is like this for anyone else, but for me, like it gets weird. It gets into weird parts of my brains. Like there's always this point where I like notice it. I notice it for the first time that like it's like something's wrong. Like something's wrong, kinda. Like I'll take the hit usually, and then I'll go about my business, and then it'll be like one moment where I notice like something's off right there. Something's off, and then now that I notice that something's off, now something is off. If that makes sense, like it's fucking weird, but I know it does affect like my ability to be social. It definitely affects that. I don't know if other people have that or not. It's such a weird thing with weed because like I see like you, Mike, you smoke weed all the time and are social all the time, you know, like, well, and I don't know, because you talk about how you're kind of a closed off nigga too, but
yeah,
so
it really
I
just
kinda,
depends on the situation though. If I'm with friends, you know, like I'll be pretty talkative, you know. It really just depends on the setting, you know.
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But like a lot of time I'll try to like justify like if he's doing it, why doesn't it work for me, you know? Because like yeah, I don't know.
It's just
It's different, yeah.
adaptation.
Yeah, there is that. Like definitely the more I smoke, the easier it gets. But I feel like it never fully goes away. Like whatever this uncomfortableness or like I've definitely had it from the first time I started smoking weed till now. It's still there's still that some layer of uncomfortableness, but I feel like that's not always a bad thing.
Yeah, well, I feel like marijuana, dude, is it's a sensitivity drug. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you really. That's why it makes you really aware of your body. You know, that's why it's so good for I don't know, like snowboarding. You know, that's like the best thing for snowboarding is weed, dude. It makes you like just so like zoned in. You know, I feel like you can just it just makes it, and like even like a lot of people do jujitsu and stuff, stoned as fuck, and yoga and like anything, you know, and like it makes you really aware of your body, you know.
Yeah,
I feel like, and really makes you aware of the situation you've got yourself into, you know.
Yeah, so maybe on some level, it's making me aware of some situation that I shouldn't be in some sense, you know.
Maybe it's just making you a little bit paranoid.
A little over, yeah, okay. That's kind of what I credit it to, a little over paranoid. But I can definitely agree with you.
Paranoid, but I feel like Joe Rogan always says, you know, a little bit of paranoid is probably good sometimes, you know, because like, look at what's going on, you know, like, it's not good to be paranoid all the time, you know, just like tripping out about it, but like. I don't know. There's some crazy shit going on. We're flying in space. You know, we're doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. Round two. For those trying to keep up at home, we are officially on round two.
Give it a couple seconds. I'll mute my phone.
You gotta take a couple dabs too. We got a couple dabs deep before this shit.
Oh, that's true. So we're trying to catch up.
But Alex took a dab at my house.
He took a dab here too.
I did.
Seen him do it.
Oh, okay.
I did.
But yeah, I don't know if I even went snowboarding this year without being stoned. I almost think like every single day that I was a little stoned.
It's the best.
Yeah, they fit perfect. I'll definitely say that.
And so me, I always feel like when I smoke weed, it makes me like always like lazy, and like more okay for stuff to be. Not, I don't know.
Like progressing, not
weed
like
and skateboarding is bomb.
Or something.
So would you think maybe it's like you just like what? Have you ever tried like working out on weed, biking on weed, like any?
Yeah, I've done that before, and I mean I'm just used to being high all the time. But like what I do is every year for the past like 4 years I've been like quitting in the summer. But it's like I do it just like oh yeah, there you go. I'll have this. I do it just like cause like I feel like after winter, like once spring comes, I feel like I've been like inside so much, you know, and so like I want to start doing stuff outside, and I feel like when I'm smoking weed, I feel like I'm more okay with staying at home or going to homies or like something like that, and chilling, you know, or whatever. And so yeah, I usually quit every year, and I usually do it for a couple months. This year I did it for like 7 or 8 days, and then I've been smoking again for like 14 days, for like 2 weeks. But I'd keep like saying that I'm gonna quit again, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. I like quitting because like then I'm like so like, I feel like I'm so like quick with everything, you know.
Sure.
And shit just gets done. But that's why I don't like smoking at work. Cause I feel like I just get shit done all day, and then once at 5:30, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice not smoking at work these past couple of days because at my old job, I take a couple of dabs at work, a couple of tea guys from a little vapor, you know, and yeah, this new job, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable doing that at all. They actually bought me. Well, they fronted me a whole bunch of tools, basically a sawzall and a fucking impact drill and a fucking drill and like just so much shit, dude. It's like $500 worth of shit, dude. It's so fucking crazy. It's pretty dope though, dude. I've never had I have so much more respect for my fucking dad's tools, dude. Like straight up, dude. Like I can't even. And my dad used to get so mad at me for like taking his tools for like building like ramps and shit for skating and shit, and like now I know why, you know.
Pricey.
Shit's fucking straight up pricey as fucking some like fancy ass hooker or some shit. You know?
Do you ever feel like when you get more tools that like
I feel like I upgraded.
Yeah, like I kind of don't know how to word it. It's like you kind of have like a superpower.
Yeah, I feel like I upgraded.
Like
I feel like I upgraded like everything.
Like you can do more stuff to the world.
Yeah.
You can modify the world now in a broader way.
I can chop some shit with a sawzall.
You can separate wood into two separate pieces of wood now.
Yes.
It's
I
a
can
sawzall
drill holes.
too.
I can saws all niggas.
Saws all.
Saws everything.
I saws all the world, nigga.
Imagine just taking that thing to somebody, just cutting it off.
Dude, the sawzall would be raw. Fuck that shit. It's badass though, dude. Like I got this big ass gnarly like tool belt, dude, and like I just feel like a fucking like a robot or something, you know, like a Terminator or something with all these tools and shit.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck?
Within your reach, anywhere you go, they're just there.
A drill or like fucking all kinds of like snips and like crazy shit, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like what? Hard hat and shit. I feel like a fucking.
Like you're going to battle.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, fuck, go battle some fucking tin right now.
Yeah.
Did
you see that post I posted on Facebook a while ago? It was like, I just got promoted from cabinet ninja. Now I'm woodworking assassin. It's from that same feeling that you're talking about. Like I felt like a motherfucking assassin with all this equipment on, you know?
Yeah, dude, that's
cool.
what I'm saying.
It's a cool feeling, kind of.
It's the coolest feeling. I know why my dad got so hyped when tools now and shit, dude. It's just like what? I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting thing to learn. I'm gonna learn how I just wanna make some crazy shit out of pipes. I don't even know what. Fucking move somewhere I could grow weed, you know, make some crazy grow room with some ducks, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I could kind of use that skill for it.
Yeah. And once you start learning how to weld.
One guy was telling me he was gonna teach me how to weld a little bit, so that would be interesting. That would be a cool little thing to know.
Yeah. Because metal is on a whole different level than wood. Metal is you could build a fucking vehicle out of it. You know, it's strong enough that you can build some serious shit out of it, go-kart or a fucking trailer or whatever the hell you wanted to.
Yeah, and I dude, painting school now, cause at my old job I used to be a painter, and it's cool now, but it's just a lot of tedious work, you know, and I feel this work, you know, is gonna make me use my brain a lot more, you know. So that I don't know, it's just a lot. It makes the day go by faster, you know.
Yeah,
it's just not a bunch of sanding or masking or something fucking just tedious and you just have to pay attention really close, you know. Just super tedious, but
which like puts you into that flow state. Honestly.
It does. It
'Cause
does.
you gotta be there. You have to be there.
And
paying
I
attention.
didn't. It's not like I hated it. I would have kept doing it, but it's like this opportunity came, so I was like, all right, well, like, I'm not just gonna like I don't know if something like just comes up, you know, and fuck it,
Yeah.
might as well if it's something that could get me further than where I'm at, you know.
Yeah.
And if it's something that I could learn.
So do you? I'm assuming with your old job, you were able to listen to a lot of podcasts and things like that.
Oh yeah, and I was still doing that all day today just because I was just insulating pipes and stuff, but it was. It's pretty chilling, you know. Like and once I'm done with what I'm doing now, I'm gonna start learning some new stuff. So I don't know. I'm just glad to learn some new stuff and to be on like a different, like to have more sunlight basically, and to fuck those paint fumes, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck those paint fumes, guy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you've been dealing with that shit since Crown too.
Yeah. Well, before my painting job, like 6 months, before now, is when I quit Crown Cabinets, which was it's a cool place. Like I got mad respect for that place.
Yeah, same.
And I worked there, and I started out in it's a cabinet factory. I started out building frames for cabinets, then they transferred me over to the glazing department, which is like the fancier shit with like the little detail lines and shit like that. And so I was dealing with all the fumes from fucking that shit. And then like 2 years later I got another job painting houses, fancy ass like mansions, with my buddy from the factory. And 6 months later I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got all those fumes. They already fucked with your brain.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right. Marijuana heals.
I
that
wore for the past probably 4 months I've been wearing a mask.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Past 4 months, you eventually got sick of it, and you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna start wearing a mask." Did you ever?
It's because I was
feel
never really
like...
spraying. Like if I was spraying, I'd definitely wear a mask. I never sprayed that much, you know.
Yeah.
I was mainly just like doing all the like masking, like sanding shit off,
stuff.
and like fucking all kinds of that shit, and like all the prep shit.
Did you ever feel high or anything from the fumes?
No, but you would blow your nose, and there would be like you've been doing coke all day, you know, because
Really?
there's fucking white shit up in there.
Oh wow! Just
And
from the dust particles.
Yeah,
and
just
shit.
from dust and stuff.
Wow.
So eventually I got sick of that and started wearing a dust mask, like
And that's
when
probably
I'm
annoying
sanding
as
and
fuck,
stuff.
too.
And that's annoying, you know. It starts to get fucking all musky in there and shit and fucking nasty, but it's better than a fucking nasty ass dusty nose, you know.
Yeah. I wonder if that shit like still
At
causes
Crown,
cancer.
dude. Oh, well, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Well, because at Crown, dude, me and Chris, the guy. I don't know if he would ever listen to this, but if he would,
Hopefully.
fucking shout out to Chris.
Actually, I know that dude on SoundCloud. Maybe I'll fucking hit him up.
Dude,
sometime.
shout out to Chris. I haven't hit him up in a while. I mean to hit him up, but he's a real good dude. He worked in the glazing department with me, and what was I saying just barely about him?
About causing cancer with the.
Oh yeah, we were looking at the fucking can because we were getting some new glaze. The old glaze was fucked. Fucking but we were getting some new glaze, and we were reading the back of the warning label that says prolonged exposure will cause cancer.
Really?
And
Great.
we were working in that shit. Prolonged.
Prolonged. Yeah.
8 hours a day. Sometimes 10.
That's fucked, dude. That's fucked. You think they would like figure that shit out?
Nah, dude. Like,
maybe there's
they
no
don't
way
care,
around it.
dude. Like,
But they kind of have to care because if shit happens, then there's lawsuits. You know.
I don't know, dude. It's a weird thing. Cause when I worked at Jiffy Lube, my shop, it was kind of an older beater shop, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, they were actually, they didn't. The floors were starting to crack, you know. I was a pit tech. The floors were starting to crack. And it was getting sketchy. Like, it was getting sketchy. They were planning on replacing the floors. They were having engineers coming and looking at it and all kinds of shit. And, excuse me. One day, I was working down in the pit. And, then this big, like, Isuzu semi-truck, you know, the weird ones that are, like, flat on the front with, like, just, like... the weird, goofy looking ones, you know. They're not like a full semi truck, but like a half semi truck, kind of just like one of those weird Isuzus. And they open the whole cab opens, but my manager, because I go out there, I greet this customer, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ask my manager if we can, like, do your shit because our
floor might, like, fall through.
Yeah, this shit's kind of sketchy, you know? And, my manager's just, like, looking at me, he's like, bring him in! And I'm like, well,
you're not the one underneath that
I'm
shit.
just, like, rubbing my head. I'm just like, all right, well, cool, fuck him, I guess. I'm like, all right, we'll see how it works out. And I'm fucking guiding this nigga, and I'm just, like, watching. I'm just like, fuck. And then I go, and then, he sits down and fucking whatever, figures the shit out. I go into this bitch. I'm just so sketched the fuck out, dude.
While you're
it was just sketchy as fuck, yeah. Super sketchy. But then, I fucking come upstairs and start filling out the report on conditions or whatever the paper is.
Yeah.
And there's like you open the cab and there's this little latch that you're supposed to, well, like this little lock and pin thing that you're supposed to put the pin in the like latch, you know, so it stays up.
Oh yeah.
Because the whole cab comes up. But the assistant manager was being a dumbass. He was like, oh, you don't gotta put that in, you know, it's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
Bam, they usually stay up. And this guy Eldridge, this super tall black guy, super cool guy. He just got out of jail and like started working there. He's a really good dude. He was working under there. Then the fucking cab starts coming down. You know, he's working under there, about to pull the oil fucking dipstick.
Yeah.
And the cab starts coming down. Then my main manager, Robert, starts freaking out and fucking runs over the.
So it's like it's coming down slow.
It's coming down. It's coming down, and he doesn't even see it. And he starts coming down and fucking saves this nigga basically, and fucking cuts his arm up a little bit. Dude, it was so like intense. I was like, fuck, we shouldn't have never let this fucking goddamn son of a bitch in here. But like, good thing I didn't get fucked up.
So what? Would it like?
There's so many close calls that
would it like?
It would have killed him, dude.
Really?
It would have killed him. The whole cab coming down on him of a semi truck.
God.
Because the engine is under the cab, you know. So
it
look like if you look up a picture of the Suzu, I don't know the fuck it's called.
Suzu semi.
Yeah, the whole thing opens. It's fucking
yeah. I've
weird.
seen shit like that before.
It's a goofy. It's I don't know. It's just funny how businesses get away with all that crazy shit. And the pit was supposed to have some exhaust fans, you know?
Yeah.
And they didn't even have them going ever.
Dude, I wonder if you could like got lawsuit. Like if you were that type of guy, like if you could have sued for something.
If I had a good lawyer.
Yeah. Well, I feel like something bad would have.
Dude, there were so many fire hazards in the factory, dude. So many.
Really?
Especially in the paint department.
Yeah, all that shit's
all
flammable.
Those, because they hardly ever like they're fucking dumpsters and like their paint room, you know, where all the chemicals were kept, you know, for all the guns, you know, all the big barrels and stuff. They had so much just empty barrels back there that just had a little bit of fuel and shit back there, just like fumigate, like just so much gnarly shit.
A little bit of fuel for what? Like,
well, not fuel.
Oh,
fucking. I mean, paint chemicals. You know, like acetone and just.
I feel like the department you worked in and the department I worked in, it was like two separate companies, pretty much. Like,
oh yeah, that was their problem.
Yeah.
That was that whole factory's problem, is that they were so. That's a lot. And that's funny. That's a lot of people's problem. You know, is that at their, I don't know. That's who knows. But like that factory's problem is that it was so compartmentalized. You know,
yeah,
the communication was so off. You know, between departments. You know,
yeah.
and maybe it's like that between some of our brains. You know,
Yeah,
like
you can look at that so many different ways. You could see like the parts of our brains are too compartmentalized, or the people that you communicate with are too compartmentalized, or even like our government. I've heard similar things about that. Like even our government doesn't communicate with itself in the right ways.
I've heard of people like, I don't know, my cousin was one of my best friends. He's had like courts, you know, where they like haven't figured out, like a certain court, like if you're on probation, wouldn't have figured out you fucking got caught with something if you got caught in this certain city, you know, because they're not good at communicating, you know. And not that like that's a good thing that happened, you know.
Yeah,
like,
he got off scot-free.
Yeah. So some shit like that.
Yeah. And that's why the world needs a massive dose of LSD, because that's exactly what LSD combats.
It breaks the boundaries.
It breaks the boundaries of all the separate compartments and forces them all to communicate with each other in your brain. That's interesting. So what would be the equivalent of LSD but for the world instead of for us? What would have the same effect on the world, forcing it to communicate with itself?
That's the big question.
Well, let's see what happens on LSD. When you take LSD, it shuts down the main parts so that all the little parts have to communicate with each other.
So what I've been saying since I was a little kid, we got to take over this bitch.
We gotta rise up. Shut down the government.
I don't know for shit, but it would be like, I don't know if I want that to happen. It'd be scary. But imagine how gnarly that would be if we would all just have to, like, if somebody, like, came to your door and was like, alright, this is the revolution, you know.
Yeah.
Here's an AK-47, dog. You gotta fucking fight. We're doing it.
We heard your podcast. We know you're in on this shit.
Because, like, dude, that would be so dope, though, you know?
But, like,
and then eventually we just get to world peace after fucking all these niggas up.
Fuck. Yeah, I have no idea.
Who knows?
Like,
that wouldn't work. Violence never.
Yeah, that's the thing. We need to evolve out of violence. We need to evolve out of war, out of that whole mindset, I think. But it's a tricky thing because you can look at it as like competition almost, and that's what evolution is competition. Like one force fighting against another force, and then the dominant force rises to the top.
Yeah, but do you think we're evolving past that?
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Do you think we can just self-regulate to a point? Do you think we don't need that competitive motive? You know.
Well, and I think that we've got a lot closer to that because if you think about it,
we're becoming
like,
self-aware.
Yeah, like we used to like always have wars, like all the time with all this land, but now it's like kind of everybody's kind of been set for a long time.
Yeah, this is the safest time to live ever.
Yeah,
that's true. Like there's some pretty fucking gnarly wars going on.
But they're not even like,
but for the general population of people,
yeah.
Probably 99% of people in the world right now are not actively involved in war.
Yeah.
You know? Like themselves, actually.
When, you know, it used to be like, imagine like cavemen, you know, they were pretty much in war all day,
constant,
you know.
with the environment,
especially
with the
little
animals.
territories and everything, and then you start getting little colonies and getting bigger and bigger groups of people, and then it makes it more kind of safe and you know, then everybody claims all the land, like we do right now. And then it's safe. To a degree.
To a degree.
I don't know. You know, it's always gonna be interesting. Like, war's an interesting concept, you know, because who knows if it's actually. Because I've never lived a life without like seeing war, so I don't know if it's actually like. I've never seen like anything run without a war going on.
Yeah. There's always some conflict happening between.
So I wonder if that's just like the balance, you know. But like I always wonder if there can just be like just everybody just chilling for a moment, you know,
just everyone just fucking get along, you know. And I think we're getting closer to that point. Because what gets you to that point is the realization that you're not very different than any other person on the world.
Exactly.
Like in a certain sense, you're very similar to them. But I think that's something that we're just now starting to realize. That, you know, how similar we are to our enemies. You know, I think that that information was not necessarily available to us. But now, like, I don't even know about this, but I could probably pull up a thing on my computer right now of a live camera going on somewhere in the Middle East, and I could watch the Middle East live. I bet I could do that. You know, so I can actually see what's going on with these people. And not the people that are involved in war, but the people that are just living their day-to-day lives like me. You know, and I think if you see that, then it's like, damn, that shit's not that much different than myself, you know?
Well, I think technology helped a fuck ton too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That helps with, like, because, like, you notice too, like, everybody around the world has Snapchat, you know? So, like, you know, that's like, you know, everybody uses Snapchat.
That's where everyone gets weird,
like,
too.
Yeah,
so we're all just getting weird.
And, like, another thing, too, is, like, the Olympics, you know, like, the Olympics you just used to hear about, you know? Or see, like, tapes about, or, like, stuff like that, you know? Now you can, and it's huge, you know? Now you can watch it live, you know? Like, and Olympics are just like, you know, our best people against their best people against their best people.
It's kind of like a war.
Yeah, you know, like
in a nice way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a nice war.
And the Olympics is getting bigger and bigger, and wars are getting less and less, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe that can be our little peace
football,
war.
dude. Football's like a straight like war, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Football's fucked, dude. Well, it's an awesome sport, fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong, but.
So much brain damage that happens within that
sport. They honestly are signing up for that shit. Like,
yeah. When you feel,
they're willing to sacrifice on that kind of level.
Yeah,
like,
it's just it's wild, dude. It's fucking wild.
I played football for 7 years.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking the best. One of the best. It was
really?
awesome.
What position did you play?
Running back and middle linebacker. Two most important people.
Oh, did we talk about this on the podcast, or was this a conversation off the podcast?
I don't know.
I remember you talking about this a little bit.
Oh, man. I was spilling liquor on Alex. Right on his titties.
Right on his dick.
But I
I'm never realistic.
I have yet to break a bone though in my whole life, so.
Really?
I remember when I used to be able to say that, and I took pride in that.
Me too, until I broke a bone.
Yep. And it was like, oh, that's how that goes.
Yes.
Oh no.
CC. Yeah.
I totally fucked my heel snowboarding to this day.
You broke a bone in there?
I broke. So the back of your heel, the very back of it, there's that bone that you can feel, and it split vertically right down the center.
Oh,
so
God.
I was like, and the doctors, I went in there, a couple of them said to me, like, I've never seen anything like this. And I had a snowboard boot on and a snowboard strapped into me.
Did you hit a rock?
No, it's weird.
Was it on a kicker?
No, it was on a
Box?
box that went off like a jump. And they had that box set up in a competition the day before, and I did a front flip off the box in the competition. So the only reason I did that is because of how looks like we're on round 3 now. The only reason I did that front flip was because there was a crowd there, and I was just like fucking pumped, dude. I used to just feel off that energy of
I'm like the opposite, around. Dude. When I'm alone or like with just like a couple homies, I will kill it. But like if I'm being observed, I can feel it so hard that I'm just like too much pressure and like. No, well, and I'm actually.
You gotta admit, there's something.
Well, I'm getting better at that, you know, because being in this the Utah Fire Tribe and like trying to perform in front of people and stuff like that, and trying to really get a bond going with these people, and so we can actually perform together and vibe together, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an interesting experience because that like now I feel like now when people watch me when I'm like spinning fire or something, like I actually have a little bit more confidence, you know, just because I don't know, I feel like I don't know, I've been progressing a lot faster with spinning fire than I've progressed in almost anything in my life, if I'm being real, you know.
Yeah.
Than anything I've ever done. That's the quickest I've progressed in anything.
Interesting.
Because like I've just that's like what goes through my mind all day whenever I'm listening to music. I can just I'm just thinking of fucking little shapes and like I don't know, dude. It's fucking. It's
let
weird.
me when you're in those mind states, is there a part of you that's thinking like, I want to show this to someone?
Well,
like, in a
it's
sense,
it's like I want to bring this to my tribe and I want to see how they can take it, and I want to see how I can take it after they take it. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, it's because I feel like that's what's made me get so much better, dude. This tribe of people, you know, it's just like I see something they do and it's like, wait, I can like because it's like, I don't know if I could do it, but I can just ask that nigga or just like really watch him for a second and try it.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't do it, I'll fucking ask him. But like, it's just crazy that like how like, cause if you have a plentiful amount of people doing like a community of people doing what you like to do, then you're gonna evolve faster, you know, because there's a more variety, you know. There's more styles you can feed off of and grow off of, and
you have a reason. You've got a reason. You've got all these people involved in the same thing that you're involved in, so it like gives you that daily motivation to keep going.
The performance is gonna be awesome. The performance is gonna be beautiful. It's like a whole different kind of feel than just free flowing, you know. It's like orchestrated and it's like setting these grooves in, so you really remember them and just like just setting the grooves in, you know. And really just vibing with the people, you know. And that's what's really interesting about performing with a bunch of people. But what I'm really kind of extra excited for is at the end of the performance at Element 11. If you're in fucking Utah, you should fucking go to that shit. But at Element 11, that's where the performance is going to be at the end. The last song is going to be like some like crazy like fast song, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it's gonna be like the chaos song where everybody just kind of gets buck, you know.
Oh, I see.
And that's where shit's gonna get crazy, you know. This is when everybody's just free flowing, you know.
That's what I was wondering, like how.
But and throughout Element 11, I'm just gonna be free flowing throughout the whole time,
the whole
you know.
experience,
Just because like I'll go because they like to have people performing, you know, and showing you shit. Like if there's always gonna be somebody performing with fire, especially at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Always at nighttime, especially at the Fire Tribe camp, you know, at Element 11. Yeah. So I'm gonna be spinning a lot, dude, a lot. It's gonna be so sick, so fucking sick. Yeah. Like I've never been more fucking amped for anything in my life, and really? I'm not like
anything.
Well, not. This is like I feel like. I don't know about anything, you know, but
that's the word
this is
you
the most
use.
amped I've been on anything in a long time, you know, just because it's like putting my fucking just like such a collaborative effort, you know. It's just like putting your mind out there and like it's fucking wild, dude. It's like and everybody like whenever I'm there, I have like whenever we're all practicing, it's like the most psychedelic like experience, you know, just because like and not even. I don't know, it's like, it just depends on what you consider a psychedelic experience, you know, but what I consider like a psychedelic experience is when you really can connect with something greater than yourself, you know, and to look beyond yourself and really I don't know, just to look beyond yourself and connect beyond that point and put something together, you know, and you really like if you're doing something wrong, you know, you gotta accept that you're doing something wrong, you know, and fucking like
and you know
really
what?
work on
Sometimes,
it.
dude,
You know?
sometimes accepting that you're doing something wrong is like the best feeling ever. Cause like deep down somewhere you fucking knew it. You already fucking knew it this whole time.
Exactly.
And then as soon as you're willing to let that ego go and be like, oh, it's fucking wrong about this.
And then it's like somebody's
so
telling you, somebody's like, just like, yo, you gotta like, I don't know, just like, get a little bit more loose, you know, or whatever somebody's trying to tell you, or whatever you like. A lot of when I was a kid, at least, I used to take advice so like personally, you know. It was
like criticism. And...
yeah, I was like I feel like some people do that, but when you're really trying to connect on like a tribe level, you know, you really got to connect like as one mind, because you're trying to improve upon that point, and that really boosts evolution. You know, you're all
being
I don't know how to say it. You're all creating each other's momentum of growth, at least with like spinning and stuff, or like riding each other's like wave almost, if that makes sense, you know, like just like building off each other, like I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I used to think like showing off and being cocky was like just this major no-no. Like this major like fucking thing that you weren't supposed to do in life. And I think for me that stems from like when I was younger, I used to be this like cocky ass nigga. Like, and it's because I was good at shit. I'll be fucking first to say it. I was good at a lot of cool shit. I mean, I could backflip on the ground. I could backflip off of things. I was so into parkour and skateboarding and like anything physical. And like I could fight like all my friends. I was just good at things. And some of my friends implanted the belief in me that I was less than because I was so confident about all these things. And I took that so fucking personally for some reason. But now I'm realizing that showing off and being cocky, it's like part of the growth experience. You know, like how you're talking about with your fire tribe, like when you learn something new, you want to go fucking show it off. You know, and that's for two different reasons. Yeah. It's okay if it's for two reasons, because you want to show off, first of all, because that shit feels good. But you also want to like show the world like what the fuck is possible. You know.
Well, that's the point of evolution, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, how's it gonna improve if nobody's showing off?
Yeah, if no one's out there showing off. Yeah, just show your shit off. Show it off, whatever the fuck you can do.
As long as you're not being a dick about it.
Yeah, it's gotta be for yourself and for other people.
And some, like, I don't know, I'm kind of an awkward motherfucker, you know, sometimes. And I was at practice one day, and we were doing some shit, and I was being fucking kind of shy, you know. Mm-hmm. And the leader of the tribe was just like, he was just like, yo, if you fucking, like, you can't stay in the shadows, you know, if you want to, like, flourish, you know, like, you can't just, like, try to stay in the shadows, you know, because, like, I don't know, everybody, like, everybody's got talent, you know, if you don't express it, nobody's gonna know about it.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's ever gonna know about it.
And if no one knows about it, how's it gonna build and build and build, you know?
So that's what's fucking crazy.
Yeah, life's such a balance in every aspect. There's like, you can go too far with everything, and you can go not far enough with everything.
Yeah.
And that's the tricky thing, is like,
it's just everybody's got that time, you know. You gotta let everybody have their time, you know, to shine, you know. Mm-hmm. It's just like anything, you know.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm kind of excited about recently. And I'm realizing, like, this kind of, like, I don't know how much I want to, like, really get into this, but this position that I'm kind of coming into in life right now is with this whole, like, music group that I'm trying to create. It's a very interesting position that I'm in, because this is, like, my fucking dream.
Yeah.
That I've been building by myself for 10 plus years now, just in music. That I've been putting all this effort into this musical ability and things, and it's never really stopped. And now there's so much people that want to get in on it, and it's like, it's such a dope feeling for me, because like, and a lot of people that I've been working with, like Alex, and like you've had experience with music, but not like recently, especially, like, you know, a lot of these people that I'm working with, they're kind of like newcomers to this, you know, but I can see the talent in each and every one of them. So my position that I'm in is, how do I use my ability to bring the best out of each one of these people that I'm working with?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm realizing. I think that's what my dream is. I've kind of had it confused a little bit my whole life. My real dream is to use my talents to help other people express their talents.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy that I thought about, like, teaching? Is that if you're like a teacher, if you teach people things, and then if they go on to teach other people those things, you know, that's kind of a way to live infinitely, you know.
Yeah.
Within that, or even like with art, you know, if your art has really showed somebody something, or a whole group of people something, then and they're gonna pass that knowledge on to somebody, and like all kinds of shit like that, and that's kind of a way to always have some sort of effect, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's always we'll always have an effect that we left from this life, even if this life isn't infinite, even though the consciousness or whatever is infinite. This life isn't infinite, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll always have some sort of effect that we added to consciousness with this life. Well, with this life, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's always going to be some kind of effect, you know.
So that's
no
what's
matter
cool
how
about
small.
it. That's what's beautiful.
Yeah,
about
it's just what kind of effect do you want to leave,
it.
you know.
Well,
That's
it's
what's
like,
cool about teaching.
yeah. Anyone that, like, even people that think that they don't make effects, are people that are affecting other people by the way that they act because of them not thinking that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just everything.
It's
If
all
you take
learning
anything as a
experience.
learning lesson, yeah,
Every single thing.
it's fucking quite wonderful.
See, that thing you were saying, it gets me tripping a little bit. Like, I don't even know if I can explain this, but like how we were talking about in one of the other podcasts, like how only the meaning has meaning, you know, like what Bracken was talking about. And like that everything to us, to consciousness, like it is like meaning, you know. And when you do your art, or even, you know, every second of every day is like somewhat of art, but like if you could leave some real impactful art on the world, it's like you're leaving a little bit of your consciousness,
Yeah.
in like a literal sense.
Or
know?
even if it's like some crazy abstract shit that like brightens somebody's mood a little bit and makes somebody, maybe they're thinking about fucking swallowing a bunch of pills that day, and they brighten their mood that little bit. So you made it so, I don't know, there's so many little teeny
I know,
things.
and you could go off on this shit forever. Like what if you made this effect that made this person do this, that did this, that did this, that made this person become president? You know, like it's
Yeah, exactly.
and that's another thing you can't really get caught up in, is all the different effects that every single decision could have.
And that's why it's good to try to leave what your opinion is of a good effect, you know, or like some sort of a fulfilling effect, or whatever you would like to call it.
Guess we're going, what is this, round 4?
Yeah.
Round 4 on this shit?
I haven't took round 3 yet.
Oh,
catch
you're
up, bitch.
behind,
Catch
dude.
up, bitch.
Alright, well, let's...
Are we recording?
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Alright, cheers, bitches.
Cheers, bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I've been doing this thing lately, like even on the way to your guys' house, like I feel my face muscles like kind of like relax throughout the day and kind of get a little lazy. So I'll like make weird faces and shit, just like just, and like always weird noises that go with them too. I feel like it kind of preps me. Like especially like before the podcast, you know, we're trying to get a little weird. We're trying to get high energy and shit here. So like, I feel like it like gets all those muscles like, because I haven't really been like talking that much throughout my day. I haven't been communicating that much. I've pretty much just been, my face has been resting all day. And then we want to come into this shit, you know, you need a little bit of warm up. I feel like you need a little bit of warm up.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's always good to get weird, dude. I always like to make like the weirdest noises just to like see how weird I can get, you know. It's always good to stretch your weirdness.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what you're capable of.
Mm-hmm. And like there's always those fucking barriers in the way, like especially for me, like of just what the fuck are people thinking? What is someone thinking of this? What is someone thinking of this? What is someone thinking of this? And like to just for a second, and it's weird because even when you're by yourself, you still think, what are people thinking of this? What are people thinking of this? But you're like, nigga, I'm by myself. Like I can obviously be as weird as I fucking want. You know, like it's a fucking weird thing. But yeah, I think stretching. I say stretch because it feels like a stretch, kind of. Cheers.
Yeah, it definitely feels.
It's like stretching your weirdness.
Dude, me and Manny and like, fucking, we used to always just like get so weird, making noises like car noises, just like, just like the weirdest, most fucked up car noises, you know, and just like, it was so fun.
Should we just do a sesh real quick?
A weird noises.
Weird noise sesh? Yeah.
Should we put it at the intro?
Put it at
No.
No,
It's gotta go in right here because this is like.
Just
See, and I feel like sometimes like you can fucking just like explain shit just with like sounds, you know.
You're
like,
the professional at that. You're the best nigga I know doing that.
Alright, should we just go like a sound cipher?
Sound cipher? What's that?
Sound cipher. Hold on, you gotta take round 4.
Like
you gotta take round 4.
Catch
up.
Have somebody spit some sounds.
It took you like 10 minutes to take yours.
Oh, should we all try to like harmonize?
Should we all one behind?
No, you took round 3 and then this is round 4.
Oh, okay.
You just took round 3.
But,
slow. Wait, we were supposed to drink that first.
Let's have a weird sound cipher. This is the weird
okay, what is a sound cipher for? I mean,
so a cipher is like rapping and then like then passing someone the bells and.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do weird sounds and like just keep this flow going.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about it.
Oh, that's weird, nigga.
Or should we just like get like a harmony of weirdness?
I almost want to like get a beat.
Like a drum circle of Alright, wait, let me take a shot.
Take a shot. We'll go with it. See how
if you're down to get weird with us, if you've maybe dropped to like a tabaroonie or so, try and like harmonize. Fucking, if you're getting a little bit weird, even if you're super baked, or just get weird with us, even if you're sober. Fucking welcome, even if you're at work.
Yeah.
Just get weird.
Get weird. Alright, I'm gonna start this sound out.
Cheers to y'all motherfuckers. If you're keeping up. I don't know if you are.
Alright, this is one of the weirdest sounds I got. I don't know. I don't think anyone else can make this sound but me. I think I might be the only nigga in the whole world.
Nigga.
Okay.
Alright, here it is.
You ain't that unique.
Here it is.
Just kidding. This is a weird one.
Alright, what you got, bitch? That's pretty close.
Wait, that was a good one. Wait. Alright, this is gonna be kind of ignorant.
Okay. I always want to go to the wave.
Yeah.
Is that you need it?
There's infinite.
That's just pumps. Elephant. That's the elephant.
I used to be able to like whistle with my hands, dude. It was so badass.
Oh, I've seen people do that.
I can't do it anymore.
Oh, can you do the?
Oh, it hurts too bad. I don't like that.
Oh, that's a deep one.
Like a fucking boar. Like a boar. Like,
I think it's like a pig.
yeah.
A little real quick one.
That hurts, dude.
Oh yeah, that one hurts sometimes.
Like,
Just fucking red like that, hell of a fucking that's fuck. Oh no, God, that's what happens. It's get weird.
I used to have a Thunderbird. It was a 1992 Thunderbird. It was my like second or third car. No, it was my third car. But it was like gray on the outside and pimping red on the inside, like so pimping.
Like
The
velvet.
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 Pimp.
Dude, my
Inside.
dad had a Thunderbird, a 78 Thunderbird that was like that.
But yeah, fucking I bought it with fucking no second gear and transmission, and it was an automatic.
so you skip seconds.
You just like
Fuck
fuck
second. Go straight to
yes,
third.
well no, and so
Oh,
what I
it was
had to
automatic?
Do, it was automatic.
How the fuck does that work?
So what I had to do was fucking, I had to fucking, and then it would go.
Oh, it would just go to third.
Like it would like barely make it, and it'd be like I would have to get so high in first gear to make it barely into the bottom of third gear, and it would just and then it would catch up and it'd be like. Fuck.
Okay, did you remember when okay, allegedly me and my buddy and Alex, we were in his mom's basement, and we were kids, you know, allegedly, and we took a bunch of liquor. Well, I took a bunch of liquor from my mom and fucking took it over to my buddy's house, and then we were chilling. Then Alex came over. And this is why I didn't really know Alex too well. He was just like my buddy's buddy, you know. And then I was like, yeah, we were chilling at. Alex comes over. We're in the basement chilling at my buddy's mom's house, and we start getting drunk out of these freaking thermoses full of fucking booze.
Like, how you snuck it out?
Yeah,
In
yeah,
a
full
McDonald's,
of like.
in a McDonald's parking lot.
Oh,
Well,
fuck yeah.
well, no. This is what happened. This is how.
Okay,
this is how it
okay.
completely went down. We were drinking in the basement out of these little like, cause I had a Sex Pistols and Ramones lunchbox, and cause I was a little punk rock kid, you know, and I got the thermoses for the soup or whatever, filled them up with the shitty ass liquor that my mom had, and stole that shit. Went to Dustin's house, and then Alex came over. We started drinking in the basement, and then alright, we decided to go idea to drive around allegedly, and we're just cruising around. We're just cruising around. We go to try and pick up homeboy fucking Caden.
Yeah.
And then
that's the dude I met today.
Yeah.
Well, not met, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We go and try and pick him up, and this other nigga, and then that nigga didn't even answer. They were just being motherfuckers, you know. They didn't answer the door. They're being flaky ass niggas, and then we go to the McDonald's, and we're fucking getting drunk as fuck in the parking lot after we get some like fries and like food and shit. We're just getting sloppy jalopy, you know what I'm saying?
So drunk.
And then we're fucking, and this was in his T-Bird, that's what reminded me of it.
Oh.
But, and the velvet red, the suave shit, you know, and I don't know, it was just funny. I remember driving around and fucking we were racing niggas and just like, just like, oh my
Was that thing
God.
quick? Have some power?
Yeah, it was quick,
Got a
dude.
fucking V8 in that bitch,
Especially-
doesn't it?
Well, it was mine was a V8.
V8.
V8?
V8, yeah.
What?
And that's why I was pissed because fucking I didn't have second gear. Okay, when I bought it, like it like barely had it, but like you could tell it was gonna be out in like a couple days, you know. And like I tried everything, transmission fluid and everything, and fucking it was just like, nigga, this is dead.
Like
You
fluid,
know?
gonna
so
fit
then I
that
just
shit.
so then I just like learned how to like just go so hard in first and just skip second, you know. And then I just kind of got used to it and fucking
Dude.
had a girlfriend before I got it, and so it was like, I was like, I'm cool, nigga. I'm set. I already got
You know what's
it.
fucking cool, dude? That I always like, fucking, I don't know. It always comes up in my fucking mind, but I don't know. Mostly everybody who does like podcasts and shit are like comedians or like something like that, you know. There's a bunch of regular niggas going through like regular ass shit, you know, just fucking telling our shit, you know, talking about our stories, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool, you know, just representing, you know, just like.
We're still at the bottom. We
Yeah.
haven't gotten up there yet, you know.
But like that's what's fucking dope, you know. I'm cool. Like we're in the process, you know. And it's
Yeah.
like it's just documentation of what's going on, you know, in our lives, you know, and like what's like and like. It's awesome if somebody wants to learn from it and like and everything, but like if nothing else, then it's just like. God, I'm sure somebody has learned from it, you know.
Yeah, well,
And
fuck, I know I have, honestly.
I know I've definitely learned from it. I've learned infinite things from this shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really remember where I was going.
Well,
But I'm
gonna
glad
say
we're just
something.
a bunch of like. It's cool telling our stories, you know, with work and just like because I feel like this is the kind of shit that could help somebody, you know,
Mhm.
like because we're just regular niggas, you know. Somebody could take something from our experiences, even if they're not doing this like what we would recommend. They can see what we've done and go from there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jerry. what
Yeah,
were you gonna say?
easy to relate to. I could see that, you know, but we may not be these little niggas for long. Like we got 100 followers on SoundCloud now.
Really?
Like, we just broke 100. Broke 100 followers, which I do have kind of a technique of getting
Well-
followers because I've been in the SoundCloud game for a while now. So
Whoever
I
y'all
kinda know how it
niggas
works.
are, I love y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
this is like.
If you're just some random nigga on SoundCloud that followed us and is now listening to this shit, like that's fucking dope.
This is
right
like,
there.
this is like, I don't know, SoundCloud, dude. SoundCloud's a dope platform for a lot of things. You know, I've found so many cool artists, like music wise, on SoundCloud and things like that. So like, that's really what's so cool about SoundCloud, and like it's like a cloud cast, you know, like a fucking SoundCloud cast. You know?
Yeah.
At least for now, you know, like. I feel like once we get like a little bit more legit, we should go up on iTunes or wherever we gotta do
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
like, for like.
I'm gonna get the hook for
Yeah.
that.
for, like if we get built up enough of these dope niggas on SoundCloud, you know, that are listening to this, then we could just have those niggas be like, yo, come fucking review us or whatever on iTunes or whatever.
Yeah.
Do it. What like if you want, like if somebody wants to, you know, just like
You know what? Leave a comment.
leave a comment, you
Leave
know,
a comment.
like,
If you're one of these niggas right now listening to, you know, because I hear on other podcasts people are asking for shit all the time. Like, leave a good review, leave this, leave that, you know.
yeah.
Leave us a comment. That would make my fucking day, dude.
Yeah.
Make my
Yeah,
day.
I would definitely love to hear a little something, you know. If you have like something that you feel like you would like to like add on a certain part of the conversation that we're listening to that you feel like we skipped over that you would like to project into, I would love to hear something, or even like I don't know, this is probably a little bit out there. If you would like to just like even I don't know, ask us a fucking question, you know?
Yeah.
So we could answer on the podcast.
Yeah, see, because we're to that level right now that if you ask us a question, we're going to address it on the next show.
Yeah.
We know this is not...
Or if you have something like a dilemma or anything, we could give you our perspective on it. Not that we know anything more than you know. We could just give you our perspective on it, or like, yeah, it's just all whatever, you know.
It's all whatever.
It's all whatever,
and it's all beautiful.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I'm glad we started doing this, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we started doing this. I've learned so much.
Yeah, so we're like 2 podcasts away from being 30 podcasts away from being 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
Really?
Should we? I feel like we should get. I don't know. Maybe get some like. I don't know. I've been looking into getting like a little mobile recorder, you know, so we can get some like mobile shit going, you know, like going on the go and doing some interesting shit, you know, downtown or something like that, or even when we do like a festival or something, you know, like Element 11. I think that would be dang. Like, maybe we should all just go in on a little recorder, you know, and just like fucking record this shit and fucking.
Well, I mean, really, if you got a laptop.
Yeah.
And we could use our exact same mic setup right now.
But it's just like a little mobile fucking piece that you record something and then you could go hook it up to your laptop and fucking bam.
Oh, I see.
Or some shit like that.
I've been thinking shit along the same lines. Like, we could literally call anyone in the world and do some sort of like phone podcast interview thing. You know, I've heard a couple podcasts recently that these 2 people are not even sitting in the same room with each other. You know, they're doing this shit all over the internet, over phone, whatever.
Dude.
And that opens up so much possibilities.
Oh yeah, I talked to my like a few days ago. I was having it was probably like the day before the last day at my old job, and I called my buddy Manny because he used to live with me and he's like my best friend and like one of my best friends in the world, you know. And we
fucking Alex.
I had a weird day, you know. I was just like kind of like what the fuck, you know, just one of those what the fuck days, you know. Just like I was just kind of irritated and just like really.
Couldn't get
sick of the cycle,
zone.
You know. Yeah. Sick of the cycle of just work and stuff like that, and I called my buddy Manny after work because I was making some cookies and I was wondering the temperature that he put the oven to, and I secretly just wanted a reason to call my nigga Manny. You know, I love my nigga Manny, and I was gonna call him and just ask him the temp and fucking and then just go on a deep conversation with him, you know, because I was just like, you know, I had a whack day, you know, I just need some of that fucking just like classic, like, I don't know, like my buddy Manny, dude, he's Honduran, you know. I feel like there's something about that Latin energy, you know. And I don't. It's a compliment, you know, out of anything, you know. I know a lot of people get weird about like stereotypes, but it's not a stereotype. There's just something about that Latin energy that's just like, so uplifting, you know, and just so like powerful, and
round 5 bitches.
Round 5 bitches.
And my buddy Manny, you know, I called him. I was like, you know what, like things just. Like, he could just tell like what I was thinking, you know, and he just told me, you know, like you're a fucking male human being, you know, you're fucking like you gotta take advantage of that shit, you know, use that energy that you have, you know, that fucking like express yourself, do what you gotta do, you know, fucking make those moves, you know, because I don't know, Manny, he's out in a different state right now, and he's like one of my best friends in the world, and we've always had big plans, you know, and
like you do when you're kids. It's all you got is big.
And that's that's what's crazy is that the plans so far, I feel like we're filling in the gaps so far.
What do you mean by that?
like I would have never expected to be where I'm at right now. As from the pace I was going at, as the way I was going at in elementary school to middle school to high school, when me and Manny were best friends until I got into till I left 9th grade, and then we had a little duel, but we were still connected, you know, it was just and then we reconnected because we were being ridiculous fucking fools.
Yeah.
So it even strengthened our bond, you know, like scar tissue would, you know. And where was I going with all this?
That man, he's a dope nigga.
Yeah, but he basically I had a rough day, you know, and he reminded me, because it was just one of those days where it's like, what the fuck am I doing, you know, and you just gotta get reminded what the fuck you're doing, you know, because and like I said, what I'm doing is filling in the gaps between my dream that I have fucking in my mind and fucking written down and fucking just everything, you know, just just filling in those gaps, you know, and I'm so much further than I would have expected, you know, even this winter showed me too. I was like, when I was a kid, I would have never thought I would be snowboarding in the best fucking snow on earth, literally, fucking with a season pass, at this age that I am now. Even that shit's expensive. Maybe not to some people, you know, maybe not to a lot of people, but that shit is
it's luxury.
It's a luxury, you know. You gotta appreciate that shit, because that's the shit I fucking dreamed for as a kid. That's the shit I fucking dreamt for, to buy my own skateboard deck when I wanted to do that kind of shit, you know, to just that's the shit I dreamt about, and that's the shit that I'm filling in those gaps, you know, because that's the shit we talked about, filling in those gaps, and then eventually I'm filling in the gaps where I'm able to fucking take dabs after work, you know. I'm able to work as an adult. I'm able to be an adult. I'm able to have my own place like we dreamt about. I'm always we always just talked about being adults. And it's just we're fucking there, you know. We're fucking there.
But when we were younger,
it was just a dream.
To me, it sounded like such an amazing thing, even just to be in control of your own life.
Yeah.
And now that I'm here, I can say that I do take it for granted sometimes. Though.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. And we're there, and there's still and there's dreams that we've set even past that, and it's just we're filling in the gaps, you know. I could feel it. I know we're getting there, you know.
Yeah.
That's just, I feel like you gotta have that fucking somewhere in your heart that you know you're on your way. There may be some fucking, it's like a maze, you know. There may be some dead ends. You may have to turn around. You just gotta do what you got to do, you know. And you're gonna, eventually you'll get there, you know.
But
no matter how many.
Interesting thought I just had is, you're probably never gonna get to as high as you can possibly dream. Because you can always dream. You can always dream higher than you are now.
Yeah.
So what I get when you say filling in the gaps is kind of finding a balance between reality and that place that you can dream.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
but you can never get quite to that place.
Yeah. Well, it's you have a dream, then you get there and you set a new dream. Well, it's like that, you know. It's always maybe you're a couple steps ahead, but maybe you get one step ahead, you realize the other step ahead might change a little bit, and then you change that step ahead. It's weirdness, you know, everything. But it's just, you know, you're filling in the gaps and getting, and what's funny is, at least I've noticed that I've the things that I've set my mind to as a kid, you know, I feel like they're all gonna get worked out. And the things that I've set my mind to still, the things that I actually need to do, you know.
Yeah.
Because they've already there's some I would, this whole fucking fire performing thing, dude. It's shown me so much in my life, and I hate to bring it up again, but it's just why I don't hate to bring it up again. But fucking... I definitely don't hate to bring it up again, but it's just shown me so much within just, like, how much potential everybody has, you know? Because I've seen all these people improve so much with it, like, because it's not like the people you learn from stop progressing. Like, they're just teaching you and they're not progressing. They're progressing fucking even further than whatever, you know? So it's just wild to see this evolution, you know, within everything in the world and all of it.
Yeah, for sure. Show. You gonna pee?
Serenity duty.
Shit.
Progress is a funny thing.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. It's like, the more progress you get done, I feel like the less progress you see. You know, like you can do so much progress, but you still feel like you're still like not doing as much progress as you should be.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like, you know, more can be done.
Yeah. See, and that's why I think these two elements of life really come into play. And the one element is you need to be making progress. But the second element is you need to be okay with the progress that you've made.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing that's sometimes hard to do, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Just as hard as making progress.
Exactly, it's as hard as making progress. And and because you can look at progress 10 years later, and you, like, that little progress can either be a big change or, like, a little change, you know, but, that's the funny thing, too, is any big change or little change, no matter what, means something 10 years later, you know?
Yeah.
Or sometime later. Even the smallest change. Because that small change had to be there so that a big change could happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise there'd be two medium, you know.
Yeah.
Ones.
So what lesson can you draw from that? Because what I draw from that is, like, it's fucking impossible to keep track of all the effects that every decision has.
Well, what I think about it is it's like just a jungle. And it's like, you know, like, it all depends on, like, the top leaves. Because they're going to, like, be sat on by birds, or, like, certain things are going to happen to them. So they're going to, like, bend different ways.
Yeah.
And then that's going to allow light, like, into the bottom part.
Oh.
It's going to make all those trees go. And so it's like, you know, every tree has its potential. And every little plant has its potential. But it's like, it all depends on, like, certain things depend on other things, where the light's going to go. So
or
where it shines down. So and certain plants, you know, like, you have this whole strain of plants, but if only like a quarter of it's getting all the sunlight, then only the quarter of it's going to grow, you know, not the whole plant.
Yeah.
And so certain things build on to other certain things, and so it all starts from, like, the very beginning, you know, like, to change a lot of problems, you know, you got to change, like, the problems, like, that you have, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was saying a while ago about the fucking sperm trauma or whatever, but like, it's like how, like you're saying about trees or whatever, if you plant a seed, then I wonder if, like, okay, let's say there's a rock right above this certain seed, if the plant has to grow around this rock, then if that plant is going to be a much stronger plant because I had to grow around a rock.
Yeah, but is it gonna get enough nutrition and energy to grow around it, or is it gonna die because it didn't get enough?
Well, no, if it did grow around,
that's true.
rock,
and if
though,
it
that's
did,
what I'm saying.
if it did have to grow around,
stronger.
If it did have to grow around a rock, then it would take more nutrition and more
and
effort.
then it would be a stronger plant later on because it already learned how to take in more nutrition at a younger state than other plants.
So it's all about
if it can
the
make
resistance.
It's all about if you can.
It's all about the resistance.
It's all about the resistance.
And always resist, because if you don't resist, then
Well, it depends on what you mean by
Yeah,
resistance.
you don't want to resist the resistance, because then you're resisting the wrong thing. You need to, like how I said in the
Dude.
podcast I did by myself, the
We should get
psychedelic
some
podcast.
fucking.
Yeah.
You need to create resistance.
Yeah.
Create more resistance, not resist the resistance, but create the resistance in your life.
Yo, after this podcast, you guys down to like go to a fucking bar and get some food?
Maybe.
What time is it? I got
Let's
fucking work
see.
tomorrow. Man. Like,
Go to a bar and get some food and beer or something.
I might be about it.
Might be about it.
I think that
It's
sounds
early.
fucking bomb, dude. I think that sounds bomb.
That sound pretty good.
All right, another shot then.
Alright, another shot.
Round
Let's go to a
6.
bar and get like
Get laid.
get some pussy.
Dude,
This girl freaking called me. I don't know why she called me.
Okay, so this
How does she not know? What a bitch. Call us in the middle of the
No, just
podcast.
kidding.
She should know what we're doing right now.
I know.
No.
Seriously. Jesus. Just kidding. No, much love to whoever it was. No, I know who it was. I just don't want to say her name. That was kind of rude saying who it was.
This girl was like, yo, it's a holiday weekend. Let's go fucking, and I'm not hanging out with my family this weekend because we got in a fight, and so let's hang out for like 3 days and go camping. And I was like, what? I was like, I'm so down, but like my work was like, hey, you can work Sunday but have Monday off. And so it's like, it's not even an extended weekend. That's like, you gotta work one day of the weekend, you know?
But then you
You
get
get
an
an
odd day
extended
off.
weekend.
Dude, I
You get
got
an odd
Monday
day
off.
Well, no, because Sunday's normally my Monday.
What's Monday?
Oh,
Monday-
you normally work Sunday?
Yeah, I'm a Sunday through Thursday guy, so I'm a day ahead of everybody else in the world.
No, but
I'm just kidding.
Monday's a holiday. I don't know when.
Monday's
you listen to
Memorial
this.
Day.
Memorial Day. It probably passed by the time you listen to this,
I'm
but
pretty sure I have Monday off.
me too.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I have Monday off too,
didn't
but
realize.
like I have to
Dude,
work
let's
Sunday.
go. Who's not gonna go for a hike or something
Tomorrow?
on Monday?
Alright, let's do it.
Or
I still
fucking
have,
camping on Sunday.
I still have.
I have to work Sunday.
No, Sunday night.
Sunday night, dude. Let's sleep 5:30.
I still have three
My buddy was
quarters.
telling me.
3/4 of a hit.
Dude,
of
I
LSD.
have. Yeah, let's do it.
Now
Let's
that
do it.
now that we've let it the acid
No,
age a little bit.
but-
It should be tomorrow or
Dude, what I'm
Sunday.
saying is, my
Sunday.
buddy from my old job, he was telling me that you could camp on like any federal land.
on
Like-
certain times of the year though.
Well, you can contact certain part, like the federal land, some people or whatever, to figure out which was legal, you know.
Is it like most
But
days?
and then
you
it's
can't?
100% free
Okay.
whenever, and but you could camp as long as you're like a certain amount of feet off the road or whatever on any federal
Yeah.
land.
Well,
Yeah.
what's cool about that is and I know for a
But we
fact
could
that-
find
I
out
know
on
for
Google.
a fact there's a timeline, but I know it depends on the area. So, but I know that the
we could find a
canyons.
place.
I know that the canyons in the mountains, those are like fucking around May, June.
In the
until-
desert where we could spin some
until
fire.
October. Yeah, and so like I know it's gonna be different in the desert, but like I know that's what it is for the mountains, and I guarantee that it's the same. It's like you have like 300 feet from the road that you can camp and do kind of whatever you want. But after
Dude.
that, you need to have like a license or something.
Let's
Backcountry license.
let's go fucking, let's go into the fucking,
Salt Flats.
let's go into the
Ooh,
fucking, let's go
sounds
into the
crazy.
fucking,
It's like that big open flat.
nah, dude, let's go into somewhere in the desert, but let's go,
What's
in the
that?
desert, let's go into the fucking straight gears of fucking consciousness, nigga. Let's
What's the
just LOL, just
those
kidding.
like the sand dunes that are in Utah? Do you know
Let's
what
go
that's
there, I
called?
don't know.
I've been there. 5
mile?
Right. No, 5 mile. 5 miles more dirt and kind of like shrubs and
No,
shit.
okay,
But
there's
hold on,
sand
hold on,
dunes.
Let's go
Yeah,
somewhere
there's
we
some-
can spin some fire.
There's some actual fucking sand
Yeah.
dunes in Utah, like the Sahara Desert type shit. Dude.
Yeah.
I've been there 4-wheeling and shit. It's gnarly.
One
What
time,
is that place called, dude?
one time for actually Memorial Weekend, which is crazy, because it was when I was 16. Or I just turned 17. So, my homies went down to the sand dunes, and it's like you take Redwood Road until it turns into a highway that just goes around it just goes hella down to like Utah Lake, goes around Utah Lake, and then goes even farther than that, and then you take a right, and then you just go like way far, and then it just turns into sand.
Yeah.
It's just sand dunes.
Yeah.
And so like everybody goes there all the time for like Memorial Weekend, like the big holiday weekends. So like my friends were going down there, and they were like smoking a bowl while they were going down there, and like right after you turn right, when you're like less than 20 miles away, like there's this big hill that you go up, and it's like a long hill, so it's not like you notice it. It's like just this big hill, know, where you're increasing in altitude, and then it just kind of drops down, and then it goes right into the sand dunes.
Hell yeah.
And so there's like 2 miles into the sand dunes,
Hell yeah.
and so like cops were sitting at like like a mile or two into the sand dunes after the drop. And so they were like smoking weed, just smoking weed, going up the hill. Boom, and the cops had binoculars and everything. And so they were like watching the people that came over the hill because it was Memorial Weekend,
Yeah.
And fucking, so my homies were smoking a bowl like while they went over the hill. Boom, and some dude just comes from like 2 miles away. They said they saw him for like a minute and a half.
Just like,
he was coming. Yeah,
just saw him hitting pipes.
And fucking, so like they get pulled over. And then me and a homie had to go drive out there, and it was like 2 hours there, 2.5 hours there, something like that, something crazy, and then like fucking all the way back too once we got them, because like the cops like let them go, but they had to get picked up.
Oh, so they weren't that fucked. Just
Yeah, they still had, and the thing is it's a different county too, and so like they got a ticket there. They still got tickets. They just didn't have to go to jail. And so they got tickets, and then we went and picked them up, and then like when they had to go pay their tickets, they had to go all the way down to that county to pay it. So they had to drive like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes just to go pay it, because we were like way deeper in the county. But they had to go to like the courthouse, which was not that deep in the county. But I remember fucking that day. It was crazy because I almost ran out of gas because it was so fucking far. I had like almost a full tank of gas, and I was driving so long that I almost emptied my whole tank of gas. I was even on like the empty light, and I was like, dude, fuck, we're fucked, dude. We went to like this one place that said it was a gas station on like my homie's smartphone.
Yeah.
And fucking we got there, and it was just like some old rundown gas station in the middle of nowhere. Like it looked like it's from like the 30s, And fucking, so then we drove like 5 more miles, and we're like, dude, if this other gas station isn't a real gas station, we are fucked. So we got there, and it was one of those ones where like you had to like go in, and like you could infinitely pump the gas from it, Like you could, like there was no stop. There was no stop.
Because it was probably just a tank.
Yeah, and so you had to go in there. You had
tank.
to go in there. No, it had like they got filled up, for cars. But like you go in there and you have to pay them, and it's kind of like the honor thing, So it's like,
really?
Yeah. So we would go out there, and he's like, "Yo, you got to stop it at that because like it'll go over it." So like I went over like $1.50. And my homie, and me and my homie were just like about to just dip.
Let's get out of here.
And so like we get in, and then he comes out and he's like, "Hey, so you got that $1.50?" And I was like, "Fuck!" And I was like, "All right, fine,
I
I'll
guess
pay you."
you gotta give him a blowjob.
Yeah, I know, like, fuck. But it was crazy because it just kept going. It was like and it had like the little like ticker kind of numbers. They were like ding 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 ding, like the
Kept going.
Telling you you're out.
Like no, like how like gas stations, it's like electronic numbers,
Oh,
They
had like the flip, like
like the gear
digital
numbers, the gear numbers, analog.
Analog, yeah.
We call it that. Yeah, I was like, whoa, nigga, what? And then like I got to it, and like I was guessing, and I was like, why did he tell me that I had to stop at it? I was like, can I go over? And I tested it, and then I was just like, all right, $1.50 is gonna be good enough. Good.
Oh, I'm alright.
So, and then I got it, and then I started getting the guy. And he was like, hey, you got the $1.50?
He's probably watching that
yeah,
shit.
Oh yeah.
He's probably so used to it.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it. And cause like the sand dunes are like 4 miles from that spot, and so.
Well, shit, dude. Let's say it spins fire, get buck. If y'all guys are trying to come out and get buck. No, no.
If you're trying to get Buck as a truck that's about to duck,
we'll have to fucking organize a little event and get Buck with us.
Yeah,
like one of these.
Element
days.
11.
Get some of these-
Meet us there.
many
Meet us
fans.
there.
come to Element
Meet
11.
us there. We'll have a booth.
Yeah, we're gonna have
If
a
you
allegedly
need
sober booth.
It's gonna
At
AS all
11.
day.
Yeah, we're gonna at least have a little sign going around.
We're gonna do some podcasts for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna do
That's the only
Podcasts.
thing we know for sure. We're definitely doing podcasts at 11.
Do you have a laptop?
Yes,
Okay, you do.
Okay.
I'm going to.
dude. That
And then if
Okay. So,
we're set, because
Yeah.
then like we could record like every day, like 3 times.
yeah, like
3 to 5 times.
random
you know?
niggas
3 to
walking
5
by.
times. Yep.
you know.
it's gonna be.
But also like enjoy the
It was a
experience,
pill.
you know.
Yeah.
Enjoy the experience, but also like oh yo, you
Well,
need to
see,
start getting in
here's
touch.
how I see it. Here's how I see it. It's the perfect, and honestly, even before 11, it is still this in my life right now. It is the perfect icebreaker. Having a podcast because it's like, dude,
you
you want to get on my podcast? Like,
Well,
you
you
want
could
to?
sit
I
down.
now have an excuse for anyone in my life. I can have them come to my place and sit down and have a deep conversation
Yeah.
with any nigga I want to.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because nobody's like, I don't know if it's dope when nobody's whipping out their phone, you know,
Yeah.
and just fucking.
Yeah.
It's just like a really engaged conversation, you know. It's just
Yeah.
like what it's about, you know. It's like what like. It's just discussing what's going on, you know, with our lives and what our opinions or whatever the fuck, you know.
And kind of to a point I made earlier, like about being cocky and shit. Like you, like I don't want to speak for myself right now, but you two, like you fucking getting good at this shit. Like we're all like getting good at this shit.
Yeah, we
you
are.
know,
We're
like
all getting better at this
like-
shit. We're all getting better.
like you fucking listeners, like I don't even want to say like.
Thank you.
Well, I do want to say because like you know like, it's just like, you know like, I've like, a couple years ago I went through a fucking rough breakup, you know, and then I was working at this factory with Jerrick, you know, and I started listening to Joe Rogan, you know. I said like, cause I heard about Joe Rogan. I knew he was a cool dude. I heard a couple of his like little things on documentaries, like the Union documentary about weed and like stuff like that, you know. I was like, all right, Joe Rogan's a cool guy. So one day I was bored at work and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start listening to his podcasts, you know. And I listened to his podcast, and he's got all these cool friends like Duncan Trussell, Aubrey Marcus, Joey Diaz, all these cool fucking motherfuckers that are just all different fucking angles at just different views at everything, but like the fucking same thing, you know. And it's amazing to see all these perspectives, and then eventually it's like, you know what, like I got a bunch of cool friends, you know.
Yeah, it's
we
like-
got a bunch of cool shit going on. We're just a bunch of regular dudes
Little mini
busting
version.
it out, you know.
Yeah.
Busting it out, doing regular shit. And we need to represent what we're doing, you know.
Yeah.
We need to represent like what's going on, like. And I'm like,
Be
I
like
just want
us.
to be heard, you
That's
know.
what I'm saying. To my listeners right now, be like
And
us.
I just want to be heard. I feel like you want to be heard. I feel like Alex wants to be heard. I feel like
Yeah.
everybody in this fucking world wants to be heard in some sort of way.
And the thing is,
And if
we've taken that step.
Yeah, and if
We-
I'm heard by one person or fucking a million people, I don't care. If one person fucking hears me and fucking feels me, then that's fucking awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, closing shots.
Closing
All right,
shots.
number 7.
This is what do they call it at the end of the night?
Last call.
Last call for alcohol.
Last call,
call.
but we're hitting the bar after this.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
we're finessing.
But we're gonna
Allegedly.
we're gonna have to take some
Allegedly.
dabs before that.
Yeah,
allegedly.
I'm ready for a dab.
Ready for a dab? Have you tried the Skywalker?
I believe Ashley hooked me up with a little bit of the Skywalker the other night.
And
Gimme,
the
gimme.
and
Gimme,
and
gimme.
the
Gimme,
Maui
gimme.
bubble
Yeah.
gum?
Oh, she actually she
was
accidentally
She was the homie.
accidentally hooked me up with one of each because she
Okay,
tried to
well,
hook
did-
up a dab with
Brian.
with Bracken.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
Bracken's on
Oh yeah,
probation.
Bracken.
But
Bracken,
did you
Bracken,
mix
Bracken.
them?
I
No.
took one and then I took the other.
Okay, I will
Give me
turn
your
two
glass.
dabs. I will turn
Oh,
two
okay.
dabs into one,
Okay.
and then it'll be a whole different dab.
Let's hope I'm prepared.
You
Let's
know,
hope I'm
so
prepared for this.
and if you're a listener, and you're down with that fucking dope shit, you know, if you want to, I don't know, if you're a listener and you really got something to like add, you know, if you really think you like, I don't know, everybody's got something to add, you know. And if you really got something to fucking add, and you feel like you want to fucking just like throw it in, you know, fucking hit us up, call us, do what you gotta do.
Like my buddy Dallin. Like I don't know if he still listens. Like shout out to Dallin, my fucking homie from like from like elementary school, dude. Like we don't even hang out anymore, but I know he's commented on a couple of our podcasts. I hope he's still listening. Honestly, I hope like a lot of people.
I hope everyone is listening.
People hear this
like,
shit, yeah.
I hope like at least one day, like everyone listens to everyone, or at least the majority of it. You know, that would be cool.
Or like just that one, just like, cause you know what, like everyone's got their Facebook posts and shit that they're putting out, and like.
Yeah.
You know, from high school and shit, like some people that I've known from high school, that's all I see is their Facebook or their Twitter or there's something like that. But this is me putting out my voice. It's like as real as I can get, you know, like if you like somehow like cared about me or thought about me a long time ago, like this is a way that you can keep up with me. Kind of, you know, this is like, and this is much more real in my perspective than it's just something you can post on Facebook and people can kind of, you know, this is me really expressing myself on a level I never really like thought I'd be this comfortable. Like,
well, and same here. Oh, I'm done already.
All right, this is number 6.
Yeah,
round 7.
No, 6.
No, this is
6.
Is it 6?
6 is for dicks, and we got dicks.
No, you're wrong.
7 at the bar.
No. I'm gonna call you out right now. You're wrong. You
Ah.
know what? There was one time you were wrong, and I didn't call you out, and I knew you were wrong, but it was actually wrong. But
hey, if somebody's wrong, you gotta call them out.
All right, the listener, since we can't actually remember, I'm saying this is 7. He's saying this is 6. You be the judge, because you know.
Boom.
I know that I'm probably behind one of you guys.
Yeah, I know for a fact you're behind one.
Yeah, you're a little slow. So
Well,
I'm
actually,
not much of a drinker. I'm not much.
Yeah, you're behind one, but
alcohol runs in my family bloodline, so I try to be careful.
Alcohol hella runs in my bloodline, and I try to like risk it. I risk it for the biscuits, like
you know, for the biscuits?
Like the biscuits are always the most rewarding. So.
Some of them fucking.
But it's those control things.
Some of them pills.
It's like the breathing, you know. It's like okay, I could understand that. Okay. Okay, I can see how that.
Dude, you know what's so fucking weird to me?
Okay, you know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Something that's so weird to me is that. Yeah, I don't know. But so,
each breath.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I think we're all pretty drunk.
Yeah, we're all getting pretty weird. So whatever I'm about to say is probably gonna be weird. But what's something that's fucking so weird to me, you know, is that we're just all like, we're all living here. We're all fucking existing and fucking like working and like. Born, and then as soon as we're born, we're aging and getting older and dying, you know, like it's just, it'll never not weird me out, that whole process of like breathing and the heart beating and the blood pumping and just that whole cycle of cycles, you know, and like cycle, fucking blah blah blah, and like all cycles end, and then the cycle converts into another cycle. It's just that will never, that whatever that is, that blah blah that fucking infinity, that fucking whatever, that whatever I'm calling. As soon as I fucking put words on it, it fucking dilutes it like a motherfucker. But whatever that is, and whatever animates life, and whatever fucking creates my existence, that's something that I'll never not be amazed by, just from the fact that I get to have it, you know. And like sometimes it feels like I have to have it.
Yeah.
But like,
well, and in a sense
I get to have it though,
like,
you know. Like, and I have to have it for sure. But like, at the same time, you fucking
Yeah.
What would you do without it?
Yeah, I mean, if you compare it to nothing, it's fucking pretty
Way
amazing.
better. Way better, dude. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know about reincarnation or whatever, but if that's what it is, if I'm born as a new human, I'll probably be just as stoked as I am right now, or have the same sort of existential crisis or confusion
The game
as I
will
do
continue.
right now.
The game will fucking keep
It'll
continuing.
keep
well,
going.
and that's the cool part to think about too. That like, I was thinking about it today too, and I was like, I was thinking those same thoughts, and I was like, all right, well, like, what's the point if I'm gonna be the same excitedness as if I was in a new body? What's the fucking point?
There's no point.
And then I was thinking, and I was like, you know what the fucking point is? Is the point is that you can restart at any time, you know? But it's like, you have to restart, and you have to redo every single thing. And it's like, oh, wait, I do have a lot
And
of
it's
things.
not
you
like
know?
you're
It's
gonna
like,
be a human.
yeah, and it's like, and yeah, exactly.
If that's if it
anything-
even is reincarnation.
yeah, and anything that you do go into, if you even do, it's like you still have to learn the things about it, and so it's like you still have to learn the same things that you like already know so many things about. So it's like there's no point because like in the end, like you're honestly farther than who knows. Maybe this is the farthest you've ever been. So it's like, you know, it's always worth it, no matter what, because there's a chance that you're going farther right now than you have ever been. There's a chance that like right now you're being your like little star being like your highest glowing being, you know.
Yeah.
There's a chance that you're just being so high of energy right now that like you're influencing so many things when you maybe think that you're not, you know. Maybe you think that you're like at a low level, that you're not influencing things, that you're not doing things, that yada yada, but really like maybe you are trying, you know. You never know, you know. And then the other thing that you never know is you never know if like there's an infinite loop of like yous where every single one of them is different, and that's like kind of infinity is like you living all these millions, billions, infinite lives where every single one is like one choice different, and so you have all these things, and like maybe that's what reincarnation is, you constantly going in, and maybe that's what dreaming is too, and like astral projecting and all that stuff is you just flying into these other lives that are infinitely you. But then there's like,
Dude, can I tell you something?
yeah,
Something I have kind of thought about reincarnation, and like, I'm sure other people have thought of it, but something I've kind of thought is like, okay, let's say I have a soul that's whatever is projected into this body, and then when I die, that soul goes away, and then okay, if you picture soul as like whatever your soul is, you know, as a liquid or like something like that, or like a gas or anything, if that okay, let's say it's a gas. If that soul evaporates, goes into that big gas cloud, it's probably mixing up with that whole cloud, and then once it forms a raindrop, it's going to be a completely different mixed up raindrop.
You mentioned
because it's infinity.
So basically, what I get from that is like,
So our souls aren't infinite, I don't think, at least.
so our soul.
I think it changes.
it is, but it isn't. That's what
well,
weird
the
thing
main
is, it
soul,
is.
the main
Doesn't-
soul cloud.
And that's what's
This is
the
fucked
main
up.
soul
That's
cloud.
what's fucked up. That's what's fucked
At
up.
that
is it doesn't make
point,
sense.
it doesn't make.
But then you can think about it this way:
sense, like,
is we just have a human brain, you know, and so it's like consciousness inside of a brain.
yeah.
So it's like we can try to think about it, but we really
you
can't.
can't. You can't.
Don't
can't.
think about it too
Don't think-
much.
Too much.
And so
Every time I start thinking about it too much,
yeah,
I fucking.
and yeah, and I have like, I don't know. I try to have little radars that tell me that I'm thinking about it too much, you know.
yeah.
Like little things like, I don't know. One thing that was crazy is like I never used to like ever cry, you know. I was like no. You
See,
know?
I feel like I'm still at that point.
And so
I'm
like
not
I
sure
never
why.
used to, but the cool thing is that now, like, and I only do it because like I'm a little pussy because I'm still hiding it, you know.
Yeah.
But like I'll only do it like when I'm in the shower now, you know. So like when I'm in the
Okay.
shower, I'll let like everything just come, you know.
So what? Why? Like what causes it?
Just one time, I remember a girl slipped over. Some shit happened. Some shot, blah, 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 blah. And then the morning happened, and then she was gone. And then I, like, went to work, took a shower on my lunch break, and just broke into, like, a million pieces, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, as I broke into a million pieces, it made me, like, so much stronger, you know? And I was, like, I got to put all those pieces just came back together, you know? It was like, it's like when you admit that you're wrong about something, you know?
Yeah.
You shatter into nothing, into a billion pieces, but then, like, 5 seconds later, you're back to normal, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's like you got some new knowledge
Yeah,
because
and
you
exactly,
figured out
so
what was true.
That's how it was, and that's one big thing that I realized, and that's just one tiny step that I was taking, just, like, from being so buried to, like, unburying it, you know?
Yeah.
Making it actually physical, you know? And so, like, now it's, like, something more like I'm in the shower, and it's, like, boom, nigga! Like, and the thing that's crazy is, like, music always induces it, too. So it's like, I'll be listening to music, and then it'll be like, boom, they'll say something, and then boom, it will connect with exactly how I'm feeling, and then it's like, boom, I'm shattered into a million pieces,
Yeah.
and then
Sometimes-
boom, I come right back together, and I'm like, whoa,
You know what
nigga,
brings
like,
you back?
what the fuck did you just do?
You know what brings me back at least? Is something that's crazy is that I don't know, something like music will take you away, and then it's kind of like a heartbeat. It'll bring you back, it'll take you away, and bring you back. You know, like with that consistent bass line, and that it's just harmony. You know, it's just how everything fucking works. You know. But I don't know, who knows?
Sometimes, dude, there's honestly been points in my life where I have questioned whether or not there is some sort of higher intelligence speaking to me through music.
Dude, I know.
I feel that all the time, dude.
It's like, how
Well, and
the
so,
fuck is this happening?
You want to know what's my favorite thing is, like,
Just through
I used to hate it too.
coincidences.
I used to hate playing music on shuffle, but ever
But the
since
shuffle,
like,
shuffle is the randomness.
and here's like my music like method is like, boom, like I found a bunch of music that's new, and then I like just listen to it a bunch, you know, figure out a bunch of stuff, and that's what like made me respect mumble rappers, is because I feel like when I'm like learning a song, like a Drake song or something, I'm mumbling while he's singing, because I heard the song already once or twice, and then I start mumbling along with him, and then I start more mumbling with him, and more mumbling with him, and then I start to know his parts, and like that's why Drake, Hype, if nobody's heard it, you gotta hear it. It's like the most pumped up song in the world, but it's Drake, Hype, and it's like he goes like, he starts getting it, he starts like thugging out, you know, and it's like, oh my god, and then like he gets to like, I think it's the second verse, and then he just like thugs out so many words, like and is like so quick that it's like hard to even like listen to it, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I had to like, it was like, most songs I can learn in like less than a week, but like that song took me like a month.
What do you mean by learn? Like,
Dude.
like memorize?
Yeah, like memorize, yeah.
Dude, I can't do the mumble rappers honestly, just because it's just not my thing, you know. And I think if you're putting together a performance, you should put together more effort than that. But
Well, that's like our parents telling us that our music sounds like
See,
shit.
I used to not.
and it just depends. I think like I don't know, some of the like douchebaggery rap I like just because it pumps me up, you know. But some of it, it's like, okay, there's something I like about hip hop in general is cleverness and quick wittedness and like just like funniness in general.
That can come out in any.
Not in a
even the
shimmer the minute and then
Here's the thing,
You don't
too.
think it could?
But how many?
Hold
Yeah,
on,
but
hold on,
exactly.
one second.
Exactly.
But tell me right now, you don't think that it that in that mumbling,
it's just a different thing. It's not hip hop. It's not hip hop.
Hold on, you can't say that though.
It's a section
you
of
can't
it.
say that.
But so is Rise
hip-hop.
Against the Machines. They're hip hop.
See, here's the thing. I am exactly
That's
on the
like-
same boat as you. I do not fucking get it. But
Compartmentalizing.
I know,
You're compartpartmentalizing.
especially recently, and
Exactly.
especially with
That's
Alex,
what I'm
because
gonna
Alex
do.
is like the most fucking weirdest nigga I've ever met. something about this nigga, but like, I didn't get Drake at all.
Dude, that's what's funny.
This dude on that way from the lake, and you played that shit all the way home, and I decided. Here's the thing: the only reason I decided to give Drake a chance was because I respected you.
That's same here.
Because at the camping trip we had at the lake, I gained this respect for you because you blew my fucking mind, and so it was like almost at that point like, all right, I need to listen to what this nigga said. And you like Drake, and I hated Drake at this point in my life, so I was like, okay, let me give this dude a chance, and I realized that within the mumbling, there's
so
this
much
like
peace.
unspoken language.
Drake
like
isn't
this,
really a mumble rapper.
Okay, I don't even know what you mean. What you say by
but
mumbling.
mumble
exactly,
rapper is like fucking Lil Yachty.
But
and
if you think
douchebags
about
like
it,
that. But what I'm saying is,
sound though. It's
while
just sound.
I'm trying, like this morning, dude, I was driving to work with my sister's boyfriend. Shout out to Brett. Fucking, we were driving to this other nigga's house to drive to work from his truck, you know, and we're driving there, and fucking Drake comes out. Drake comes out on the radio, you know. I don't know what song it is, but it's like, I don't know what the beat is, but it goes like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
No, you just came out with the album.
I don't know. But whatever the fuck it is, it was playing, and I was like, fucking Alex made me fucking like Drake, dude.
Not necessarily made me like it, but at least made me consider it.
Yeah,
at least made me consider
well,
it.
it's just like I don't know, everything's playing out for fucking everybody. Everything, but I don't know. I feel like that's how we should fucking. That's how you should hit your elbow. That's how you should do that. But I don't know. Listen to the universe, you know. That's how we should end this bitch off. You know?
Listen to that bitch that like you can feel, but you're like, I don't know
Intuition,
about it.
yeah.
I don't know about it.
In that music.
Listen to the static. Listen to the
The
static.
vibes, whatever.
Read in between the lines.
Get weird with it. Like, if you think it's happening, it
is.
It might not be happening, but it fucking might be happening. You know, that's the weird thing. So you can't like. I've misjudged and I've judged correctly. So who the fuck knows?
And that's the thing is you start with your thoughts. You know, if you think you're gonna fail, it's Murphy's law. Murphy's law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So if you think it can go wrong, it will go wrong. So think that it will.
But also, even shit that you don't think of will go wrong.
Exactly. But that's the thing is always have a positive mindset. So only like the random shit will go wrong, not the shit that you're actually thinking about.
And when it does go wrong, it doesn't even fucking matter because you're there ready to fucking push through.
But it's like, fuck.
It is, and that's the point.
But we got this shit, niggas. I know we all feel like we fucking don't got this shit a lot of the time.
We got it.
We got it.
At least us three here.
I'm telling you. Well, no, dude. Sometimes I don't got it, you know, because I'm fucking. I don't know. I feel like most people who are trying to help people have either been helped or need help, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like the wounded healer, you know. Like,
yeah.
Like it's just it's so much, you know, and like I don't even claim to be some sort of healer, you know. I'm just putting my.
But you claim to be wounded.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I know I do.
I feel like we're humans. We're all wounded, you know. So
that's how you were saying with the sperm. Like we're wounded at the sperm.
Yeah. So
exactly.
If you haven't listened to that, then our fucking trauma has started with fucking being shot into a fucking pussy.
So the best you can do is just smile while you're in the trauma. Just
yeah.
It hurts, but I love it. That's how I feel when I'm riding my bike. Like, I will smoke a cigarette right before I ride my bike.
Or at least.
And it's like, I will ride my bike and be like, and I'm like, oh, I smoked that cigarette right before I rode the bike. And I was like,
yeah.
Makes it harder, but it's like, I'm only biking 3, 4, 5 miles. Like, it's like.
Take that as a learning lesson, guys. Don't smoke Zoes.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
But smoke all the weed you want.
But smoke everything. Smoke everything. You know what? Fuck it.
Smoke the
What,
couch.
what can you do and what can't you do, huh? If you
Test
can,
your limits.
if you can smoke crack 10 times, you think you can not get addicted?
Throw knives.
Don't try it.
Juggle
Please
fire.
don't try it.
Do what
Don't
you gotta
try
do.
it. Don't try it.
No, but seriously, much love, guys.
Much
It's
love.
love, yeah. It's all,
Much
it's
love.
all love, dude.
It's all love.
It's all
In
love.
case it
Just
lost
like
last
all love.
podcast.
fucking all my friends like to remind me that it's all love.
It's all love,
Even
the
bruh.
Even the hate.
Dude.
Your mom's the love.
Nigga. Fucking homie.
Brother.
Brother.
Whatever.
Biscuit.
Brother from another mother.
Fuck them all, though.
Fuck them all. Fuck them all, but love them all.
Yep. Both at the same time.
Hey,
I think
hey,
it's gotta be both. You gotta go.
Gotta be both. Keep that in
Exactly.
mind. Yang and yang, motherfucker.
At the same time, too.
Exactly.
That's the tricky part. Both at the same time.
Can you make good be motherfucker and bad be motherfucker at the same time? If you
Let's
can.
let's get some fucking cheesy fries from a bar.
Cheese
or
fries,
something.
nigga.
Cheesy fries. All right.
Alright.
I think we're officially done.
Alright.
Alright.
I
We're
felt,
lit,
I felt
guys.
done about an hour ago, but I think we're.
I'm lit as a
officially
tit.
done.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
gonna fucking
officially
get out of
done.
here.
Possibly, yeah. Go to the bar.